Check it out. Yeah, we're recording and roving.
Yes. Sun cream.
Yeah.
You want some?
Yeah, can I? I forgot mine.
Back to 30?
That's perfect. I was going to say I need a high factor today. Nutrition's key for enduro. So I decided to film for a vlog today my track walk at Southern Enduro, Milland, the last round. I'm out of breath because I just ate a Happy Meal while walking up the first transition because I'm a true athlete. I've got John Arthur joining me today, trying to turn it around. Hey!
Lovely day.
I'm using my new toy which he advised me to get, and I'm not very good at it, so you'll probably see my face get chopped off many times, but he's here to give me expert advice.
How do I look? How do I look?
You look awesome.
Hang on. I brought this.
That's it. You're prepared for the weather now. Let's get into the top of the transitions. Look at me do this cool pan shot, rising like the Lion King. But you can see it's opened out quite a lot. And there's people walking down there, you can see an umbrella.
We should have brought an umbrella.
We should have bought an umbrella.
Yeah, apparently this woodland used to be, I don't know what the word is, a Victorian arboretum, is that a word?
Yeah.
Tree place. Old people who like to look at trees. Yeah.
What's it? Arboretum?
Yeah,
Abattoir.
I think that's the word. Someone needs to Google that.
Abattoir?
Yeah, no.
Is that different?
No, an abattoir is where they kill animals. No, arboretum.
They cultivate
I think
trees.
it's the word for, yeah, where people put loads of trees and stuff in a place and then they go out and look at their trees.
Okay, we'll fact check that.
Yeah, we'll fact check that. We need to ask Ed Jenner. It's his parents' farm. I think he told me that, but
Okay.
I might be making it up. So
we could learn something new.
Just edit this out.
We'll cut this down.
Yeah.
We're at stage 1. What we think is stage 1 anyway. It was last year.
Stage one.
It might not be.
Yeah, it might be.
We're going to walk down it anyway.
We don't really know.
Because we're rebels. Let's have a look.
Stage 1.
Whoa, it's steep! Is that you demonstrating the off-camber? How off-camber is it?
Oh yeah, really?
Pretty.
Yeah.
You have to get a leg out. You look like a kid on the first day of school. Stage 1.
Is this pointing at me?
Yeah, we're filming you. No,
Okay.
I'm filming you. Because I'm walking down the stage. I'm showing everyone the stage, or your exaggerated camber walk.
I think the start was there last year.
Yeah, I think you started like along here and then you
everyone just sat here sort of trying not to fall off their bikes and
rolled
stuff.
in. Because it's
that's
quite
probably
steep
stage
here.
2, but we don't know yet anything really. So.
Oh, we see some rocks. This looks quite nice actually.
Send it.
Send it.
Send it like Royal Mail.
I'm going to FedEx that. Found ourselves a feature. Talk us through it, John.
Don't look at me. I don't even have a bike.
Okay, don't talk us through it. It's a nice, what's that, a right-hander?
Into a drop.
Into this drop right here. Ooh, look, that's a close-up. Panning. And then you'll go down the trail like this. Oh, yes. I'm pleased with that bit of filming. Really cool. So that'll be fun. I've just been coached on drops. So hopefully I can do it without crashing. No pressure now. I'm going to try something new here. I'm going to talk you through a feature, but I'm going to flip the camera while I do it. Tricks. So it looks like you think the jump, because it's harder to do, would be the best line to take, but actually it's not. In this circumstance, you would go wide, because it gives you a better line down the trail. So come down the track, get your line, come down. Take a moment to take in the majestic redwood. Good lord, actually looks massive now. Is that what you're supposed to do?
On your cracky runs, just stop for a moment. Take a break.
Moment.
Look at the tree.
Oh, look at that. It's good.
Just coming back to the tree for a second. We just want you to see how big this tree is. It's really important.
This is how you pose when you're by a tree. This is how you're supposed to pose. I don't really know what to say.
You don't know what this is?
Yeah, no, what is it?
So
Educate
it's got
us.
nothing to do with the track, but
It's not
if
about
you've seen
horticulture though.
Jurassic Park: The Lost World, this is where it's filmed.
Going into the trees, into stage 2. It's got chicken wire on it so we don't slip. No.
No, and there's a stream underneath as well. Muddy stream.
A muddy stream,
Muddy
which is
stream.
getting filled up by the second with this
don't go in
gorgeous
there.
weather. true. One of the really famous bits of Milland is this bridge, which you finish on stage 2. I'm just going to turn the camera up the trail. See that? John's just stood in the way.
Yeah, this bridge was built in circa 2014.
I thought you were actually going to do like 1807 or something.
Crosses the swamp at the bottom there. Mostly built by Carl Woodman, known on the race scene as Carl Supervet. Follow him on Instagram.
Is he actually a super vet?
And the excellent Craig McNee as well. We all love Craig.
We all love Craig.
Shout out to Craig.
Shout out!
I can't remember your Instagram tag otherwise.
It's C McNee 23, I think.
I think it's CMAC293. Yeah, something like
it's
that.
something like it rhymes.
So, yeah.
Jeez, this is slippy.
Super
okay.
slippy.
This is going to be really good fun. I remember doing this last year in the dry, and it was slightly hairy in the dry. This is going to be so interesting because we're going to have about, I don't know, 25 inches of rain overnight. That's what it feels like. It's a slight exaggeration.
But remember, if you do fall off on this bridge, Craig McNee is always in charge of the car parking, and you'll probably see him on your way out, so you can tell him what you think of his bridge.
Just hook him up.
But no, seriously,
for a sleigh.
Craig has got skills. He's one of the unsung heroes of the local mountain bike scene.
Hey.
Interesting guy. Tell you some facts about him. He's
Craig facts.
I think he's 26 years old. 26 years old. Yeah, he spends at least 3 hours a day looking at plant machinery on eBay.
Top bag.
Yeah, his favourite song is "Playing with the Boys" by Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. Playing with the boy. Top Gun.
Yeah.
Is that his favourite movie as well then?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Must
but
be.
he just watches the volleyball scene and nothing else.
Nothing else?
Yeah, just the volleyball
Not
scene.
even the locker scene?
He probably likes the locker scene,
Yeah,
but he's not
it's
really...
a good scene.
Yeah, he's not really talked to me about that much, to be fair.
It's actually nicer to ride over rather than walk over, I have to say. Mainly because you can do it much faster. So you can get off it quicker. What is this
I don't know
feature?
what this is.
So we come up off the Milland Bridge, which is just behind us. See that stunning piece of architecture, and up to this feature here, which is a handsomely made berm. Handsome is my favourite word today.
And there's a beeline as well.
And there's a beeline.
You don't want to do that.
Around there. For the less competent at such features as this, it looks like they brought all their trail building materials to this area to keep during the construction of the trails and then left it. That's what it looks like to me. They got some rocks, sand, some logs, and they've left it. They've got some rocks here. I thought it was just some divots in the sand, but that's actually quite nice. That looks quite cool. I think this will be fine. It's not as bad as I was led to believe by speaking to other people who've been walking, so I think it's cool. It'll be fine. This is a good place for me to crash on, so it's funny looking back at this stuff which I rode last year, and it's not as scary. I'm being petrified of that drop, and it's only about 3-4 inches.
Maybe. Almost, yeah.
Nearly. And I was really scared of it. If you go on Roots and Rain and look back at Milland last year, you'll see me going, Ugh.
So this section of track here is, I think it was the very first bit that Southern Enduro built when they took this place over. I remember coming up here with Scott before the first race even took place and trying to move those rocks into position, but it's pretty good. You've got a couple of different choices here. You can either go high, which means you've got to go over that big rock there, which is not too much of a problem, and that will set you up much better for the corner below us, or you can just keep it low, but it's going to be pretty tight over those routes.
Just another little note on progression. Doesn't look like anything from this angle actually, because I just walked up it, but there's some rocks here. And again, last year I was petrified of them. This part was on my mind for most of the race before I actually came to it. So it's nice to look at that and actually realise I've ridden a lot harder, tougher stuff this year. And I'm actually looking forward to taking that because it looks quite fun.
We're actually going to be doing a Southern Enduro edit at the end of the year. It's called 4 Guys, 1 Leaf Blower, and we're hoping to release that around December time. But yeah, the tracks are super clean, so looking pretty good.
Kudos to the
But I can't walk up it.
work of the leaf blower and the 3 cheerleaders.
Check this out.
What's this?
You ready for this?
What's this magic? It's got tea.
I've got tea.
You got sugar.
Yeah, of course, Huv. We've got mugs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we can do the rest of this drinking tea.
Oh, should we drink tea and walk?
Let's do tea. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Hang on.
Okay. Cheers. So, down stage 3, John's leading the way down the slippy stuff. I got to walk, film and drink my tea. Someone think of the poor camera lady here. This is really hard to walk on. It's quite clayey.
Got to stay high on this.
Stay high on this.
Up to the
into the bank here.
So when you come down here, just behind where I am, there'll be somewhere in the region of 10 to 15 photographers. Big Mac will probably be there. Shout out to Big Mac.
Because he'll shout at you.
And yeah, he'll shout at you, but don't worry.
Got another drop in my
He's
tea.
friendly.
Yeah, but no one can understand what he says. Like,
No,
I'm
he's
half
Scottish.
Oh, you can't understand.
Son
me.
of a Scotsman,
Half
yeah.
Scottish.
Yeah. No, we love you, Big Mac. Honestly.
Big Mac's a legend.
Legend.
Leg end. We've got a little
The
thing.
chicken line is death, mate. You don't wanna go
Chicken line's
down
death. It's going to be like, please
Yeah,
eat my
actual
pedals
death.
and throw me over the bars. Right, so come down here. Quite a sender.
Intimidating.
That looks quite intimidating, doesn't it?
Flat out.
Boom. So yeah, carry on down. This is like the bottom part now of stage 3. Oh, where's my face gone? There we go. Hey. And
And it's really slippery.
it's really slippy.
Really slippery.
And you've probably also noticed that light changed quite significantly, and that's because it's taking us forever to do this because we're all clowning around, and it's fun, but it's not very productive, so we need to get a move on now. We've also just been informed that there's 5 stages at this enduro, not the 4 which I was expecting, so we're now massively even more behind schedule than originally thought.
Yeah, if you're watching this vlog and you want to know all about the stages, then we're sorry. We're really
We're
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah. No, the thing is, Craig, that
Let's get the walking
whenever
bands.
Liz talks to me, she'll always have loads of crashes.
Yeah.
So now she's done track walk with me.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Shout out to Frimley Park and the Out of Hours in Bracknell and the Royal Tunbridge Wells. They've all been awesome this year, so thank you. And I'll be doing a blog on A&E experiences later this year to tell you which ones are the hot spots to visit for good service.
You're going to play some reverse?
Yeah, we're going to do 4 backwards because we can come down 5 when we're done.
So all of these stages come out into a field at the bottom, which is just there.
Field finish, nice gap jump here.
This man's got a stick.
With a log.
Oh yes, I am Gandalf.
That's because he can't walk, let alone ride.
I've already bust 1 stick.
Have you guys done any Southern Enduro before?
No,
No.
no,
Try
first
to
Oh,
time.
is
one
this
to
your
start.
first one?
It is, yeah.
Cool. How
Yeah.
long have you guys been riding?
Mountain bikes a couple of years.
About
Yeah?
2-3 years.
Have you
yeah.
done any enduro races before?
Yeah, we went up and did Hard Rock.
Oh yeah?
Boltby,
I
yeah.
did Boltby Bash and Hard Rock this year.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. Be a good one tomorrow. You'll probably
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you down there if we recognise each other with all the mud on.
Exactly, it's true.
Take care, alright?
See ya. I'm just going to wring my hair out. Right, let's go.
Let's go.
Stage 4!
Stage 4.
That would be the last one. It's not. We've got another one.
Drop into the greasiest corner ever.
It's a cheeky one, this, because if you're coming out to it, you want to go wide.
Yeah.
But then you see coming out of it, don't go wide. Weather is properly moved in, and it's proper rainy and chilly. I'm being heckled in the background by everyone. This looks like a nice bit. It's got like a little drop off. You have the corner coming into it. Generally, the rule of thumb is you want to go wide and open out your corners when you come into them. But some of the benefits of track walking is the fact you can see where you're going afterwards, and in this case you want to take it tight, do the drop, because it lines you up for the other corners afterwards. So if you're doing track walks and planning your lines and stuff, you want to think about how you string everything together. This is a good one to think about. Whoa! Because there's nothing happening on this bit. We're going up. And we're going deep into the woods now. What a great angle. My lighting is awesome. Yeah, it gets quite tight in here with the trees, so this looks fun. Into the darkness.
It's a pretty serious rut down here. Thank you.
I feel like we are
What the mountain guy can.
unknowingly volunteering ourselves for like some remake of the Milland Blair Witch project. So another cup of tea. Is this what you keep in your camera bag?
Yeah. People see me at races and they think I've got a bag full of lenses, but it's not. It's just Corona. Yeah, that's all we do. We just get driven around and grab some shots and then we drink tea.
That's alive. I think.
Shout out to my sponsors, tea
And Corona.
and beer. Yeah. Any beer.
It's getting lighter. We're coming out of the trees now. I think as we carry on walking, the more I walk this and the weather continues to be terrible, the less I'm wondering about lines, to be honest, because it's all going to change by tomorrow. It's going to wash away. This is an interesting feature. Let's get a better look. So the trail comes down. I'm going to stand to the side of it first. From up here. Ooh. Wouldn't have picked that up. Oh my god! He just the firecracker or something else. I don't know what that was.
It's crow scarer.
Crow scarer.
Crow scarer.
Crow
Yeah,
scarer.
agricultural crow scarer. Yeah.
I thought you said crow scarer.
Crow scarer.
And I was like,
it
well,
works for that as well.
hey, I didn't realise, but
Yeah.
I'm pro evidently because it scared me.
That's what we're doing. So when the elites are on track tomorrow, they're all going to get bangers thrown at them. We're just going to see
It's a game
see who stays
changer.
on their bike. Really,
Keep
that's
it-
not going to happen.
keep it
Don't worry, Chris
interesting.
and Ollie. We wouldn't do that to you, but maybe.
That's savage. And I'm going to stand at the top of it now. I'm going to make my way up. I'm really petrified something else is going to go off. Like I don't trust these boys now. I've got the fear. But you can see standing at the top, coming down it, you would, behind my back, see that you'd go straight between the trees because that is sweet land. Let's be serious. This is an interesting feature. I remember this one feature. I'm going to start this again. This is an interesting feature. I remember this one from last year, and in practice I did, and it's a sensible line, or when you're supposed to do it, which is behind me here. See that? That's the easiest line, because you come down that and then you have basically straight out onto the trail here and it takes you out, and it's the quickest and nicest line. It's steep, but it's absolutely fine. And I did it in practice, no problem. And then come race run, I don't know what happened, but I decided to go wide, and so did this like sweeping line around here and just completely stacked it, and that ruined my day. Note to self and everyone else, if you're practicing lines, stick to ones you practice if they work out, because there's no reason why you should change, especially for a slower line. So we're dropping in stage 5, which is the final stage. It's going to be interesting to see what they've done. There's so much woodland up here and there's some nice trails and stuff, so I'm excited to see this. So come with me, let's do this. Enduro tip, if you can't walk it, you can definitely ride it.
Hold my beer.
Oh my beer.
Hold my beer.
Oh no.
It's not what you think. It's nothing cool. I'm just going to go and have a tinkle in the woods.
It's a little wild wee. We're now well into twilight, partway down stage 5. Stage 5 is kind of steep. It's really, really smooth because they've leaf blown it. So thanks guys with the leaf blower effort, all of you, with that one blower.
It's my shroom garden. So when the racing finishes tomorrow, get some of these, and going to be making a bolognese. So yeah, something to look forward to after the race.
I'm sure that's legit. I'm sure we won't get sick from eating those.
No.
Right, so we're coming down a quite fast bit of track here. Let's get my head out of the way. Down here, via way of that little kicker. That's nice. At some point, Craig is going to fall over. It's going to be a jumpy one tomorrow. There's lots of features to jump and pop off. So let's see if I've got the kahunas or not.
Don't get excited. There's nothing else in my Mary Poppins bag. Just it is what it is, really.
What's your profession?
My profession?
Yeah.
It's just mobile catering primarily.
It looks like it. So stage 5 is looking pretty mint actually. It's looks really like fast running and stuff. It looks like they've taken some real professional treatment to it. Maybe like 5 people with 1 leaf blower. This is the end of stage 5, so stage 5 is exactly as I remember it. Amazingly, we're not the last people here. Got some dudes coming out of the woods. So yeah, we're out the last. Out of the stragglers. The overall consensus is everyone's relieved that this grassy sprint is not included, which is interesting. Personally, as much as I hate it, I think I would want it in there because it's gives you that last little bit to dig deep and try and get some extra seconds on other people. All I can say is I'm really glad I'm not camping, because this is grim. If you're coming tomorrow, bring a thermos,
And
change the clothes,
layers.
and loads of layers, to be honest. It's gonna be a wet one.